The instructor's voice droned through the lecture hall, a monotonous recitation of treaty protocols and diplomatic procedures. Commander Vexthul of the Crorian Empire sat in the back row, his multiple eye stalks glazing over with boredom. This was supposed to be the Galactic Council's elite training program for peacekeepers, but 3 weeks in, it felt more like punishment than education. "Cadet Martinez, you're next for roll call demonstration," the instructor announced. A human stood up from the middle section. She was unremarkable by human standards. Average height, dark hair pulled into a regulation bun, wearing the standard gray uniform of a council trainee. Vexthul barely glanced at her. Humans had only joined the galactic community 40 years ago, and while they'd proven themselves competent, they were still newcomers. "Martinez, Adelina," she said clearly. "Service number 7743HX, reporting for duty." The name meant nothing to Vexthul. It should have. 3 days later, the training cohort received their first field assignment. A simple observation mission to the contested border between the Zelthian Confederacy and the Orman Collective. Both species had been at war for 16 cycles, and a ceasefire was finally holding. The peacekeepers were there to ensure it stayed that way. Vexthul commanded the ground team. Martinez was assigned as his cultural liaison, a role he considered mostly decorative. The transport ship dropped them at the neutral zone, a barren moon pockmarked with the scars of orbital bombardments. "Stay close and don't touch anything," Vexthul told his team as they disembarked. "The Zelthians are paranoid, and the Ormans are trigger-happy." They hadn't walked 50 meters when a Zelthian patrol appeared, weapons raised. Their leader, a massive creature with crystalline armor plating, stepped forward. "You are not scheduled until next cycle. This is a violation of protocol." Vexthul's translator struggled with the aggressive dialect. He raised his appendages in what he hoped was a peaceful gesture. "We received updated orders. I can show you." "Lies!" The Zelthian's weapon hummed with building charge. Then Martinez stepped forward past Vexthul, her hands empty and visible. She spoke in perfect Zelthian, the harsh clicking sounds rolling off her tongue as if she'd been born to them. "Stand down, warrior." "I am Martinez." The effect was instantaneous. The Zelthian's weapon lowered. His crystalline plates actually rippled, a sign of shock in his species. "Martinez? The Martinez?" "Yes," she said simply. The Zelthian dropped to one knee. His entire patrol followed suit. "We did not know. Forgive us. We did not recognize. We thought it was just another name." Vexthul stared, his eye stalks tangling in confusion. "What in the 17 hells is happening?" Martinez turned to him, something weary in her expression. "I'll explain later, Commander. For now, we should complete our mission." But the strangeness didn't end there. When they reached the Orman outpost 2 kilometers away, the same thing happened. The Orman commander, a being of pure electromagnetic energy barely contained in a military-grade containment suit, actually bowed when Martinez identified herself. "The Peacemaker herself," the Orman whispered, their voice crackling with emotion. "You ended the Harvest War. You stopped the burning of Centauri. You are why my children still have a world to call home." That night in the prefab shelter, Vexthul finally demanded answers. Who are you, really? What did they mean, the Martinez? She sat on her bunk, looking smaller somehow and tired in a way that had nothing to do with the day's march. "I didn't think anyone here would know. I requested reassignment 3 times to avoid this." "Avoid what?" "Being that person again." She pulled out a small data pad and handed it to him. "Rate it yourself." Vexthul scrolled through the file. His eye stalks straightened in shock as he read. "Admiral Adelina Martinez, hero of the Crorian Human First Contact War. The woman who'd brokered the impossible peace between 7 warring species at Sigma Station. The negotiator who'd talked down the Hive Queens from glassing Earth. She'd received 17 galactic medals of honor. 3 species had named holidays after her. She was a legend, a name spoken with the same reverence as the ancient peacemakers. You ended the war between my people and humanity," Vexthul said slowly. "My clutch sibling was in that battle. You saved millions of lives." "I did my job," Martinez said quietly, "and then I burned out. Every negotiation, every peace treaty, it took something from me. After Sigma Station, I couldn't do it anymore. I resigned my commission, changed my service records to just my surname and basic credentials. I joined the training program because I wanted to learn how to be a peacekeeper again. Not a, not a weapon they pointed at wars. But you're wasted here. My skills almost killed me, she interrupted. I negotiated peace while 3 different factions tried to assassinate me. I went weeks without sleep, mediating conflicts where one wrong word would mean genocide. I was good at it, too good. They kept sending me to worse and worse situations because I was the only one who could fix them. Do you know what it's like to carry the weight of billions of lives in every sentence you speak? Bextel was silent. He didn't know. He couldn't imagine. I'm here because I want to be just another cadet, Martinez continued. I want someone to call my name for roll call and have it mean nothing except that I'm present. I want to learn the basics again, the simple protocols, the routine missions. I want to be Cadet Martinez, not Admiral Martinez, ender of wars, savior of species, bearer of 17 impossible burdens. She looked at him with eyes that had seen too much. Can you understand that? Bextel thought about it. He thought about the legendary figure he'd just discovered sitting in his training cohort. He thought about what the galaxy needed versus what this one human needed. Then he picked up the datapad and deleted the file from his personal records. Understood, Cadet Martinez, he said. I'll see you at roll call tomorrow morning. Her smile was small but genuine. Thank you, Commander. The next day, when the instructor called her name, she stood and recited her service number just like any other trainee. Around the room, no one gasped or bowed or treated her like anything other than what she was choosing to be. A student, learning to keep the peace in the small, simple ways. But Vexthul knew the truth now. Heroes didn't always wear their medals. Sometimes they just wanted to be a name on the roll call. Nothing more and nothing less. And perhaps, he thought, that was the most human thing of all, to have saved the galaxy and ask for nothing but anonymity in return.